And we're back with Beacon Pines. We gotta go hardball this time. Be the good cop, bad cop. Let's do this.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl. Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice. Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table. He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face.
Classic.
Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint. The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up. Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate. The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe. Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall.
This is fantastic.
He slammed the table again. Mr.
Dance.
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears. Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever. He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
Dreamt about the source.
His voice faded to a whisper.
I thought it was just a metaphor. What is Operation
With that,
Sparkplug?
Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
Oh, he passed out? Oh, no.
Rollo
We
swung
scared
around
him.
with a repentant grimace.
Yeah. Yeah, I already watched it. It wasn't anything. I wonder, would Kato know anything? His voice is so adorable. That's funny. I didn't see that coming. Beck likes him. That's cute.
Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over.
Oh.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement.
Wait,
but his
did they
hopes
just
wavered.
leave him tied up in the basement?
Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth. Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod. Rollo muttered under his breath. Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read. Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Oh no, what? What in the world?
The question hung in the air.
Is that his grandmother? But he'd seen her before, so it's gotta, I mean, I think he would recognize, like, this isn't the same lady.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
They did leave him in the basement. Oh my gosh. But what if Gran got home?
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement.
Still unconscious? I mean, they've been gone for how many hours?
Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Gran's asleep.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Oh, I like this track. He's gone!
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen. Or maybe Gran knew everything. Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating. Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I don't know if that's enough, nutritious enough.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
I don't know if that's the best option. But I mean, she would know because if she went into the kitchen at all, then she would see that the cabinet was moved, so. Oh no. It was a ruse. She was not asleep at all. Oh my gosh, she's probably going to be up there.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Was it not jam?
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ. Well, I went to sleep. I accomplished my goal. gosh, what did I eat? Is this it? Is this another bad ending?
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches.
Well, this is the furthest we've gotten to chapter 9 so far. I think
Luca awoke to find himself
we're making
face
progress.
down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
I mean, he had a check mark. He's involved. Confirmed involved, so...
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
Guess we're just gonna go straight to the festival. Not even gonna brush our teeth. Sly. So many people. Everyone's here.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
You got this, Mayor. Scattered applause. Oh, no.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Oh, it's his
William
dad.
Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Ugh.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Never trust a hyena.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Here we go. Corporate slop. I hope he's not changing the name of the town. This is going to start a riot.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd. He wiped away a single tear.
Oh my gosh.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word. Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention. Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd. His voice began to build to a crescendo.
There's that boom.
The crowd began to look around nervously. Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
It's true. You better remember that, Mr. Kerr. One always reaps what they sow.
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Again? What? What in the world is this freezing thing?
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time.
Unfortunately.
The end.
Oh, man.
Ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything.
Yeah,
Maybe we
it's
should
okay.
just quit?
No,
Maybe
we got
you should
3
just
words.
Close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
Who are you anyway? Who's the narrator? Is it one of the characters?
No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Okay, so is there a way to indicate... I don't see... Okay. Like if there's extra options on one of these nodes. But they don't look different to me. Like this one has 1 option, this one has 2. Or just 1 more, I guess. So, well, I don't really want to do this again. But maybe we should finish it out. I'm curious about the flight over here. Let's go back here. We'll do flight. See what happens instead of fight. The illustrations look so different from some of the actual character designs. Was everyone supposed to be cats? Or no? I guess not. But who is that supposed to be? Because that does not look like his friend. Maybe he's just stylized. They are really cute though, these illustrations. Man, I wish I could draw like this. Alright, let's do this. Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. Surrounded by the drones and Mr. Kerr, Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Run away!
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fly squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
Oh, I forgot it was the dude with me, not my friend.
And taut.
Poor Iggy. Oh my gosh, that's so horrific. Tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
Right, I was gonna say they tumbled downhill. Why is everything covered in ice?
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. 2 faint seams were visible along the surface. Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
Oh shoot, this was the timeline where his friend was kidnapped, right? Oh. Oh no, it's Kerr. Or is it?
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
That means that he got his friend's
With a resigned
walkie-talkie.
sigh, Luca responded. Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
Yeah, that would piss me off too. Is this a dead end? I think this is a dead end. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Okay. We'll go this way then. Wait. Last time. But this is... No. How... How did... Did the big freeze happen while they were, falling down the hill or something? Find stuff to check. Get some snow! Huzzah!
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
It doesn't. Right. The lab. Something's going on with the lab. So maybe Grandma, like, blew up the lab and it caused this cascade thing? I don't know. But this is like a different timeline, because this is all gated off.
The fencing glistened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
There's toxic barrels over here. Sorry, Iggy.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Swim around.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Alright, what are you gonna do? Don't give up, Iggy. No, Iggy. I'm sorry, man. Oh, gosh. I feel so awful for
Luca peered
his
upward at the
face.
darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt. Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy. The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb. Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Yeah, you were. What, he likes the fight?
Iggy shrugged.
I don't get it either. Something to do. Weird. Oh no, dude, you're gonna don't make me cry. What? Oh shoot, this poor kid. See, and that's there's a typo there, but and that's why at when you're teaching kids, or even if you are a young person and someone is mean to you, like, it's not your fault. There's a reason why that person is being mean. And like for Iggy, it's probably because he's empty inside. She's empty inside. There's something they're lacking. Maybe they have a hard home life. You know, every action has a source. And sometimes it's a source of despair that causes someone to lash out in anger. It's just internal pain. Anger is just a response to pain, you know? So when someone's mean to you, it's not wise to respond in kind because, and it's hard, right? It's hard, but they're going through something, and not to be demeaning to them or anything, but like, they need somebody. They don't have somebody, they don't have a mechanism for which to deal with their grief or their internal despair, so they lash out, you know? And I've experienced the same thing. If I feel hurt or jealous or angry, you know, there's a source to that. It's because of something that I'm feeling inside, something I've experienced. Maybe I haven't even identified it yet, but it's there. And I can hurt people as a result of my own lack of emotional regulation. So, man, I feel bad for Iggy. And he's identifying that now. He's just saying, like, I don't even know why I'm mean. I need something. I'm missing something, and I don't know what it is. So tragic.
Iggy now wept openly. He wiped his nose with a sleeve. Luca gave a warm chuckle. Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes. Iggy arched into a wide yawn. Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Are they gonna be okay in the freezing cold?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
I gotta take a screenshot of that.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know, it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up
Get
a
out of my
book
dreams,
and
man.
inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. No, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
His father was righteous.
I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her
And he
voice.
paid for it.
Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun. A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
I don't think he ever came back. Well, we're going to stop it here. Man, this is like... This game is so heavy to me. I love the storyline. The narrator's really good. The art is cute. You know, mad props to the developer. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.